how in 18 years, how much do you think you've spent on drag outfits?
Let's put it this way. I probably could have bought a house with as much as I've spent on
Yeah.
drag. Like
Yeah.
a big house.
Hey everyone, I'm Derrick Fox and you're watching A Bunch of Losers. Widow Von Du is my guest today from RuPaul's Drag Race. We talk all things drag, what these queens do with all these clothes, the business side, touring, and so much more. Let's go, loser. Widow Von Du.
Yes, bitch, she might be.
Oh, wait, that's so funny. I was like, we'll just skip over to this. You do a little rapping on I'm that bitch.
I wanted to, show them that I had, skills day one.
Yeah. Okay, before we go too far, you were on season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes, the COVID season.
Look, I'm on MasterChef All-Star season 12 right now, and we filmed it all during COVID. It was miserable.
Yeah, my season came out right as the pandemic started.
Oh, so you had already filmed?
Yeah, we had already filmed. And
oh, lucky you.
I got to do two viewing parties, and then the whole world shut down.
Dude, that was a wild time. I started doing a pop-up dinner series called The Fox Den, and it was like this super high-end dinner party thing, and I had done 2, and I was getting ready to I was gonna make it my every couple weeks I was gonna be doing a private pop-up, and then literally I had one on the whatever the day everything shut down. I had it the night before, and some of my guests were like, I don't know if we should come. We're like, well, I'm not refunding you. You can come eat this food that I've spent 3 fucking days making.
I was legit here in LA doing it was for the episode 2 for the watch party at Mickey's, and that was the last thing I did. And then I sat on my ass at home and watched my entire season.
And then couldn't go to any more watch parties,
nothing.
Couldn't do anything. You got robbed of all the fun.
Right, and it was so my birthday had happened during the pandemic, right before the episode, before I left.
Oh my
I was like, I didn't get to do anything with this season.
No.
At all.
Man. What inspired you to try out for RuPaul's Drag Race?
Well,
how long have you been doing drag before you went on this show?
I've been doing drag now for 18 years. I started when I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah, and and it was it's been a very fun ride. And I first wanted to audition for season 3.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm not ready. I watched it. I was like, I was not ready for season 3. And then I just waited and waited and waited.
Did you try out, or you kept yourself from trying out?
I would get the video almost done, and then I would never send it.
Really?
And then I just all of a sudden for season 12, I was like, okay, it's time. It's time to send it.
You figured out who you were.
Yeah, I went to my first drag con, actually. The season that Mo was on Drag Race, her first season before her All Stars, and then her second time on. And then I saw all the girls, and I was like, I want to be one of these bitches.
Yeah.
I want to do this. And then I literally auditioned and got the call to be on the next season.
Well, tell me about your audition. What was the tape that you put together? How did you get there?
So I worked on my tape for a year. When I didn't get on season 11, because I had auditioned for season 11.
Oh, you also auditioned for season 11?
Yes, and I didn't get on 11.
Did you get any calls?
No, not for 11.
Just ghosted.
Literally, just ghosted. I just put it in. They watched it a couple times, and that was it. And I never heard a thing again. And for season 12, so I just started working on my video since season 11.
What goes into the video? What do you put in it? You do a lip sync?
Yeah, you have to do a couple lip syncs. You have to show several different looks. You have to sew something. You have snatch game that you have to do. You do interview and talk about yourself and hype yourself up for the camera.
You guys go through so much as drag queens to put on this show. I mean, you have to be your own seamstress. your own stylist. I mean,
For the most part.
for the most part, I mean, where do you keep all these clothes?
Well, I got a 2-bedroom apartment and
One bedroom, just a closet.
1 bedroom is just legit the closet.
You just have like wardrobe racks.
Oh yeah, I have racks everywhere in the room. The walk-in closet in that room is also filled. I have 2 like side cabinets that are on the patio that I have to put drag in as well. And I still have stuff in another city that I have a storage unit with drag in it as well.
Jesus.
I just have so much shit.
How in 18 years, how much do you think you've spent on drag outfits?
Let's put it this way. I probably could have bought a house with as much as I've spent on drag. Like a big house in the Midwest, because that's where I live. So.
Yeah, you're from Kansas City.
Yes.
Kansas City, Kansas?
Missouri.
Yes. Okay.
But I was like, with as much money as I spent on drag, I probably could have bought a house a long time ago.
Wow.
I spent a lot of money on drag, and I'm still spending money on drag.
I feel that way about food.
Oh my God.
I was doing my taxes for, last year, and I used that. They should plug this. They should be sponsoring this episode. I used Truebill.
Oh.
I spent like $30,000 at restaurants last year.
Jesus.
I know, but it's like, I gotta try the food.
I know, and every time I come out to LA, I'm like, oh God, I gotta go get fabric. I gotta make another costume. I gotta get more stuff made. I gotta buy more wigs.
You go down to Chinatown and go through like the fashion district and get.
Yeah, I go to Santee Alley and get all of my fabric and stuff when I'm here, and it costs me a pretty coin.
when you got into drag, did you know going in that you were gonna have to like also make all these clothes, or did that come first? You like, I like making all this, I like performing, so that's what's inspired you to do drag? Like where at 16 how were you inspired to just like get into drag?
Oh, at 16, I didn't understand why anybody wanted to fucking do drag. I was like, I don't know why anybody wants to do this.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
I literally had a friend that was doing a little like benefit show for our Kansas City Gay Pride. And...
Yeah, I mean, you're also in like Kansas City, Missouri. Like, I don't even like. I can understand being like 16 and going to like high school in Hollywood and being like, oh yeah, let's go do drag. Like people probably go to school and drag in Hollywood here, but like, I mean, I'm kind of like admiring the early discovery of wanting to do this and then doing it for so long and being so good at it. Like,
I mean, I've been a big dude my whole life. Like,
okay.
I've been a plus size person my whole life. So I was always like, well, fuck what they gotta say. I could care less. Like,
yeah.
I've lived in this skin my entire life, so there's nothing you can really say to me that's gonna like
bother
me.
you, right?
And doing drag at 16, and like I said, at first it wasn't like a thing I wanted to do, but my friend like convinced me for weeks and weeks and weeks to help him out with his show, and then I came out my very first show, and I was like, oh, bitch, you're good at this.
You were just like, this is dope.
That was back in the day of shake and go wigs and a Target dress. That was back then before she elevated her shit up. But so at 16 I was like, I could care less. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna have fun. And I was doing Little Kim, like How Many Licks at 16. That was the very first song I did. It was How Many Licks by Little Kim, and I'm literally wearing a onesie with like my titties out and
God.
Just bobbing around.
Going for it. How many people were in the crowd?
We had 200 people in our crowd outside. We also had Westboro Baptist Church protesting us across the street.
No shit.
It was the very first time I got like protested while I'm out there doing How Many Licks by Little Kim, and I was like, oh my Lord. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. When I was in a band in high school, we would, our first show, we had about 200 kids showed up, and that's when I was like, oh, like we can actually do this. And we would find, this was like before YouTube, before anything, we'd make videos to promote our shows, and we'd put them up on our website. And like the dudes in my band were so smart, like they knew how to like code websites at like 14. I was like, this is great. So we'd make videos, and we had this show that we played a lot of shows at churches because churches had empty theaters on Friday, Saturday nights. We could book the stage and we could fill it with people. So we had this church, I don't remember where in Florida, but we made this promo video, and we did some really questionable things in the video, and
Not the church.
And the church was like, nope, canceled our concert because of a video that we were using to promote them. It was bad. It's probably good that video's not out there anymore, but you know, you had to hustle. So how did you like promote? How do you go about promoting a drag show in, you know, Kansas City, Missouri in what's 18 years ago? Like
That was like 2006, 2007.
Yeah. I mean, wildly. That's you got balls.
I mean, well, back then, you know, that was before, you know, Instagram and Twitter was like real popular.
Right.
Like before Grindr and Growl and all the other sexual apps you have to get on to meet people these
Yeah.
days. You know, this is when you actually had to go out.
Yeah, we
and
went out
meet
and
people.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and back then, you know, I was already sneaking into like older clubs and stuff like that. So, like, I knew people and this and that. So it wasn't real hard to get like the word of mouth out that we're doing a show.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was easy to advertise it back then. At least it felt easy.
Yeah.
I mean, now, you know, all it is just
right.
post and it's on there. Now everybody can see it.
Right. You gotta get that in the algorithm now.
Oh, yeah.
I miss the days of just flyering shows. We were just like,
right.
We'd make flyers. We'd hit the mall. We'd be, you know, running from security because they get pissed. We just have to like outsmart security all day long and promote our shows. I miss those days.
I just really miss going out and actually like having a conversation with people about shows instead of like, oh, I just talked to you on this app and you're not as fun as you were on the app.
Right. Well, because everyone has that ability to like type out, read it, think about it, and send this, you know, alternative version of themselves. And then in real life, it's like, let's have a conversation. And some people don't know how. Yeah.
And also with, you know, being on from TV, it's like, oh, it's even worse. Now you know me for what you saw that happened like years ago.
Right.
I'm not the same person then.
Right. And that's also an edited version of you.
Thank you.
You know,
and no one seems to understand unless you were on TV.
It's the worst. I went into MasterChef. So the first round was season 6, and I was runner up. And when I came off that show, everyone just assumed I knew everything as a chef. And I'm like, no. I'm like, but I'm not telling them that because I, you know, coming from like my music career, it's like fake it till you make it, right? So it's like these people think I know this shit. I better go figure it out, you know? And it was just like sleepless nights, just reading cookbooks and recipes and watching techniques and just like, I mean, I would go, you know, into the bedroom at like 10 o'clock to fall asleep, and then it would be like 5 o'clock and I'm still on my phone just like absorbing, and then also promoting myself, you know, responding to the Twitter comments, responding to the Instagram comments and all that, and just building it a whole different way now. It's just like, but yeah, people don't understand like this power that TV has and what it does to you as like a reality star, because it's not like a movie star where they get paid a ton of fucking money to be on the TV and then they can go home and hide. It's like we get paid a per diem and then we gotta go out into the world and everyone knows us.
And dude, it's like the starving artist struggling part is even harder now than it was before I was on TV. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't. But you know what? It's the life that we live. It's the life that we went for.
Exactly.
I just love you have like all these pages.
Yeah, it's fun. I you know, the first couple I didn't do notes, and you know, I know there are some podcast hosts out there who can do this without notes, but like a lot of podcasts are like people within the same field. It's like comedians just talking to comedians. Like, yeah, I'm talking to reality people, so I have a little bit of understanding of the shows and how they work. But it's like, you know, a person from RuPaul's Drag Race, and then next I have a girl from Survivor, and then next I have a chef from MasterChef, and it's like keeping it all straight. Widow, how do you sear a steak? You're like, oh, wrong show.
You know, I don't really know, but I'm assuming you do it this way.
Do you cook?
I mean, I can't like cook like how you can cook, but I can put some shit together.
Yeah.
Like I can make a good meal, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just cooking for myself, so
right.
I'm fine with it.
What's your go-to when you're at home cooking for yourself?
I usually make chicken. It's one of my favorite things. Like, just like, Miss Millie don't burn no chicken, so I don't burn no chicken. It's my thing. I love making chicken.
You fry it, you bake it. How do you do it?
I do all types of variations. Like I boil, I bake, I fry, I air fry, depending on how much time I got. If I use the air fryer, it's like a bitch did not have time to do shit today besides air fry some chicken.
Yeah. So backstage of RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, not even backstage, like the makeup room. What do you guys call that?
The dressing room.
The dressing room. Duh. I don't know. You guys have drag terms. You have so many.
I mean, it's still a dressing room.
Right, it's a dressing room. I feel like it's more like a therapy room, and then where like just shit comes out.
See, people don't understand. They think the show is like on the main stage. No, the show is in the back with the bitches. That's where the good shit is. That's what they really should like record it, like actual just average drag shows. That's what they should record.
Yeah,
just the bitches in the back just having a kiki.
I mean, there's so much drama that happens in there. Was there anyone that you just like could not stand?
I hated every one of those bitches.
Every one of them?
No, actually, our season was technically coined like the best friend race because I don't know what it was. I think it was we all just really wanted to be on the show and just wanted to do well, and it just seemed like we were more friendlier than everybody else. I mean, I just didn't really give a shit about anybody because I was like, this is my time, this is my chance.
Right.
Fuck all y'all.
Not fucking.
We'll be friends, whatever. Just don't get in the way. And that I guess that's kind of how everybody else was. That we'll just be cool unless some shit popped off. Yeah, there wasn't really anybody that I like didn't really like. I mean, I did write a song about a bitch from the show. It's called "Keep That Same Energy." It's about her because she talked a lot of shit on the show, and I was like, "Oh, don't try to be friends now, bitch. Keep that same energy that you had."
Yeah. And then did she apologize?
She kind of did. She kind of did. I mean, she's still kind of the same bitch as she was, but it's fine.
Did you coin that term?
I would like to say that I coined that term. I think I did. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I was real stoned back then.
Like Lil Wayne coined bling. At least he claims he did. I think he did.
I don't know. I know I did. I did coin yes, bitch, she might be. I did do that.
Yeah.
I did do that one. I was like, oh yes, baby, give me a check.
Right? The songs that you did, the I'm That Bitch song, do you guys get royalties from that?
So we got royalties, but I wouldn't call them royalties. I would call it like I can get me a full meal at McDonald's.
Yeah, but like, are you getting like a monthly check? Is there a monthly check that comes in even if it's like 5 cents? Like,
no, not really. I think we got like a stipend at the beginning, and that was pretty much it.
Are you registered with BMI?
What the hell is that?
Like the organization BMI or ASCAP? It's like the music union.
No, I'm not.
You should go register yourself.
You want to tell me that when we get done with this, I can grab my phone and put it on.
Just go register yourself because I didn't do it right when I was in my band, from the beginning, and we got our songs on TV shows, and I mean like the Kardashians and the Real World, and my name wasn't in right, so I wasn't getting checks, and like my singer was getting all the money. And he was like, he was divvying it out a little bit, but we never know. But then I went back in like years later and like put my shit in correct. And then now every month, even like, like the Kardashians just aired in Spain the other day and I got like 25 cents or $2.50, whatever. But if it keeps spinning or she uses it on TV, that I'm That Bitch song, if you're credited on it, then yeah, BMI will send you the money.
Well, we're gonna have to see because it just says and cast.
And that might be the loophole.
It just says and cast. That's all it says.
That might be the loophole.
I mean, I did put some of my best writing into that, and I was very, very impressed with myself. So
I'm gonna read this. I'm not gonna sing it.
Wait, let's see if they got the right lyrics because there's been a question on what the lyrics,
really?
The first words are.
Okay, weighing in at 290, serving Aphrodite. Casey, Missouri is where you can find me. I wouldn't try me, low key or high key. Widow Von Du, yes, bitch, I might be. The baddest bitch alive, ain't no surprise. Girls get mad when they look at these thighs as they rub together like they harmonize. And I'm still serving looks while eating these fries.
I don't think I've ever had anybody actually like read it out to me before.
It's amazing.
I worked real hard on that.
Yeah? How long did it take?
Well,
when do you find out that you're getting to like rap on this song?
so we found out that we were rapping like the day like when we first got there. When we first got,
so you walk in.
Yeah, like I walked in, I was in my entrance look, and then that's when we found out that we were gonna be rapping today. Like we didn't know who the like special guest was, but we knew we were gonna rap.
Who was the special guest?
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, right.
And
are you just like floored?
like when I found out, I was floored. But when I first got there, so I was a writer way before. Like I was writing music way before I got on Drag Race, so I had already came prepared with stuff that I had written. Like this is for if I have to do a little talent show. This is for if I make top 4.
Nice.
This is just in case we have to throw something in for like let's say love. You know, so I had like a book on shit that was already written. I was like, we'll see what works. And then when we found out it was Nicki Minaj, I was like, let me go get the good shit. Let me get the shit that's gonna be remembered. Okay, here we go. This one right here. And then whatever else I didn't use, I put into my first song that I released during Drag Race, which was "Yes, Bitch, She Might Be."
Okay.
So everything else that's in that song was part of the verse for "I'm That Bitch."
Amazing. And the song that you wrote, have you put that on anything, or is it on? It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Do you have you gotten it into any TV shows?
No, I haven't got "Yes, But She Might Be" into any TV shows or any of the other songs that I have written into any other TV shows.
Yeah, we gotta work on that.
But you know, like I said, my fans love it. My fans, they get my music, they enjoy it, so it works for me. I mean, I do it for my people anyway. So
for sure, we just gotta get you more. It's just more money, just more spins.
I know. I really want one of my songs to be like a TV show, but I feel like I need to write something a little less kind of draggy and more, bop for the average girl.
Well, I mean, there's like Bad Girls Club that you could get music on.
If I got some of my music on Bad Girls Club, I would lose my shit.
I had music on Bad Girls Club.
I want music on Bad Girls Club now. I'm gonna go home and write some shit.
You just got to talk to the production company. Did you have a favorite guest judge?
I mean, I got to lip sync in front of 2 of my favorite guest judges, which was Nicki Minaj and Shaka Khan.
Oh, right.
So I mean there was really no one else that
you had like the best experience other than not winning. You had like the best experience.
I know if Katy Perry was there for that lip sync, I probably would have won that one too. I guess I just do well in front of the star.
I love Katy Perry. One of my last guests, she was from American Idol, and we were talking Katy Perry.
Oh my God.
It's my crush. It's my celebrity crush.
And I just heard on YouTube that she did like a little commercial thing with some food company, and she's like singing the ring ding dong, and I was like,
what?
And like it's so sickening. Like it's supposed to be just like a little commercial, but I'm like,
is it cringe?
No, it's actually really good. Yes, I want to perform it like in a full show, like do her song for this little food commercial. Like it's so good. Because I thought it was gonna be cringe at first, and I was like, oh no, bitch, this is sick.
You also have Winnie Harlow and AOC as a judge.
Okay, now AOC, I fucking lived when I got to meet AOC.
Yeah,
because I was like, I just know her from like politics like that, and watching it through the time that everything was going on, I was like, it'd be sickening that I get to meet her, and then all of a sudden she's on the show, and I'm doing Madonna in front of her, and then she sat next to me on the couch, and we talked. I was like,
what a trip!
Like Drag Race has literally opened up my mind of meeting like stars. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be one of these people.
Yeah, you are.
Like, I'm casually just sitting on the couch next to AOC and Shaka Khan and Nicki Minaj, and just having conversations. Like,
it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, Drag Race had changed my whole perception on life.
Yeah. Was there a moment when you were filming? Because obviously it's not live. You film and then it goes to air. Was there a moment when you were filming and you're like, you knew like, I just changed my life today? Did you have any of those moments?
I knew it in episode 1.
Yeah, right away.
When I walked in and I said, "Relax your throat, bitches, cause you're gagging."
Ah!
And I was like, I just did my entrance line
You
for
did.
Drag Race,
Oh my god.
and I nailed it. Life has changed.
Yeah.
Like right then and there, I was like, life changed.
You
Done.
felt it.
I knew it right then and there. I was like, it was actually real that moment because it wasn't real at first because they called me on my birthday to tell me that I was on the show, and I was about to go host my birthday show in Kansas City. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to go and hang out with all my friends
And not be able to tell
on my
them.
30th birthday,
And you couldn't
and
tell
I couldn't
them.
say a thing.
It's the worst.
And like my best friend was in the room when they called me, and I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. And then I was like, hello. And they're like, congratulations, you're gonna be on RuPaul's Drag Race season 12. I was like, no, why'd you do this to me today? I was so fucked up, and I literally had to go all night and try to be sober enough to not spill the beans.
right?
And I would tell my friends, like, you have to stay with me all night long.
Dude,
You are not allowed to leave my side. I cannot get drunk and tell anybody that I'm on the show. But it wasn't real until I said my entrance line.
wow.
And then it became real when I won the first episode. Now that,
Wild.
yeah.
It's such a rush when you have like, because the judges are also kind of like idols to us, you know, like they're in a field, they're the top of the field that we want to be in. For you, you have, you know, amazing judges with amazing performance and talent and beauty. For me, it's like these chefs that Gordon Ramsay has a fucking empire.
Oh my God.
And like standing in the room in front of them, and then they like approve what you've done. They're like, you win today. Like, it's such a rush.
It's literally the same thing. Because, like,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Because, like, when I met RuPaul, I was like, just didn't know that I got, like, the validation from RuPaul. I'm like, I'm going to go and melt in the corner now and
Right.
just die a little bit.
How many people audition every season for RuPaul's Drag Race? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. All I know is that I was one of 12 in the entire country for season 12 to be put on. And
Right.
I'm like, no one can take that shit from me. I was like,
No.
I was chosen.
Yeah.
I was like, a bitch just got raptured to be on Drag Race. So I'm like, you can never take that shit from me.
I mean, I get it. It's the wildest feeling. It's like you can't help but feel just like a little different because of it. I mean, like for season 6, I think 40,000 people auditioned for MasterChef. There was like 2,000 at the casting call in LA the day that I went, and like I made it all the way to runner up. Like it's a wild feeling.
Just knowing that you were just somebody at one point, and now you're somebody at this point. It's
I mean, and that brings me to like right before you auditioned. Right before I auditioned for MasterChef, I had nothing. I mean, I was so broke. I was like, I don't know where the next dollar is coming from. I had rent paid, and then that was it. It was like, I don't even know how I'm eating.
Yeah, before like the pandemic and all that, I was doing 6 shows a week in Kansas City. I was hosting, and I would do like pop-up gigs. Like I would literally leave one gig, go to another gig after hosting 2 other gigs. Because
So you're crushing.
Yeah, because I was doing Fridays. I was hosting my show on Fridays.
So you got to go into RuPaul's Drag Race as just like a well-oiled machine.
Oh yeah, like because I was already doing like tours around like the tri-state area of around Missouri, and like even right up to the day of leaving, right before filming, I was working every single day up until the end. Like I kept my designer. I was like, could you take off and work on my costumes while I keep up the ruse that I'm not leaving yet, and then I could just disappear. And so I just kept working and working and working until it was time to go.
Wow. Shit. So how did you decide the outfits for the shows? Like, do you bring just like so many outfits, or are you guys fully making them per episode, or like how does that situation go?
Well, you get like you get a list of like what challenges might happen, what might be, and this and that, and so I just sat with my designer and we just sketched up stuff for what I wanted, and then we just started building it all. So I brought.
How much time did you have to do that before you had to like ship off and go?
I believe it was like 3 weeks to
Yeah,
get everything together.
not very much time.
No, and and I had 4 people helping me with costumes so I can make sure that everything was done because my costumes were pretty extravagant. Like,
Yeah.
and no one really knows this because I didn't have to do it very often on the show, but each and every one of my costumes, except for like my last one, the one I was eliminated in, but every single one of my costumes, they all had a tearaway or another costume underneath, just in case I've ever had the lip sync. So I was bringing multiples upon multiple costumes. So I was like, so I had extra people help me work on it and stuff like
That's
that.
so much.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I was thinking because I asked Honey, I had Honey Davenport on, and I asked Honey about like her costumes, what she did. She's like, oh, I basically live in a museum of my costumes. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
but do you guys use them? Do you go back and use like or is there outfits that you just hold on to because you're like maybe someday, or like what do you do there?
I mean, right now they're just kind of just collecting dust in my closet because they're either way too big for me to take with me on shows. I think like during my season, if we were actually able to like tour and work in the world one shutdown, I would have used them a lot. I would have
Yeah.
packed them because I'm like, oh, you just saw this one on TV.
Yeah,
Come see it
exactly.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
But now it's like, it's been what, 2-3 years now. It feels like
right, but people hold on to it. I mean, I get messages still from like 7 years ago. They're like, this dish that you made, blah blah blah, and I'm like, and then I'll book private dinners, and they'll be like, can you do the puff pastry cage? I'm like, I've done thousands of these puff pastry cages. I feel like I feel like Billy Ray Cyrus singing "Achy Breaky Heart" over and over and over and over.
I mean, I keep them. I know that later in life I'm going to donate one of them because we have a drag museum in Kansas City, and I'm going to donate one of my costumes from the show to the museum since I've been a Kansas City staple for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm
amazing.
Like, this one's for you.
Yeah.
And then if I ever do get on All Stars, I want to do something really nifty with all of the looks that I have from the show.
Okay.
I really want to like take them apart and build something different from all of them. And like, this is my Phoenix,
Got it.
coming out of what I was into what I am now. So I have plans for them.
In the chef biz, when we take a little bit of ingredients from everything, we just call it the kitchen sink.
Yes.
I've been thinking about a kitchen sink cookie because I have a cookie business, and I've been, doing all these different flavors, and I like when I end up with like a tiny little bit of dough left over, it's not enough to bake.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been saving. I have like all these tiny little like 2-ounce portions. I'm like, I could just do a kitchen sink cookie. Sorry, stupid side note.
Oh no, that's great because that's literally what I'm trying to do with this dress.
I had an idea for all these because I thought about it. I'm like, I talked to Honey. She's telling me about all these, and then you like concur. You have all these outfits, and I think about how. Yeah, I mean, Honey really like informed me about how much drag is about family and how there's, a lot of these girls when they're trying to figure out who they are or what they want to do or if they want to be in drag or not, like the acceptance of and finding like your drag mom or having drag sisters and the family that supports each other to help someone that feels lost or wants to come out or whatever the case may be. There's so much love and support in the community. I was thinking, what if you guys did like a collective where your outfits that you haven't been wearing, you put all together in a place, like say it's here in LA or you guys pick locations in major cities, and drag queens that are starting out, that don't have a lot of money, that haven't figured out, their style, whatever, they could come like rent outfits.
See, we have something kind of like that in Kansas City, but we call it a drag swap. So we take all the stuff that like we don't wear, and we'll take it and we'll like sell it on the cheap to people, unless like your designer is like something like real big, but we'll sell it on the cheap. And before because I had just moved back to Kansas City a couple months ago, but I moved up to Seattle, and before I left, I gave away so much of my old drag
Right?
to like just all the new like generations of kids, and I still see some of it like popping up every day. I was like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember getting drunk in that. I remember slipping off the stage in that outfit too. So yeah, I was like, I definitely agree that because we accumulate so much
So
shit,
much.
and we're like hoarders because we just hold on to it. Like
Right.
like literally, like I said, I still have costumes from years ago that I still have, and I'm like, let me donate some. Now the Drag Race stuff, I'm not going.
But that's what I'm saying. Like thinking about like because you have put work into it is like rent it out on the cheap, but then it's yours. So when you do want it back or you do need it, you can go get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but drag queens like to drink a lot, and some of them have big asses. Like, you see what happened with Kim K in the Marilyn Monroe dress. I would hate for a bitch with a wide back to blow out my dress.
And then they
I mean,
would,
I'm sure. I mean, but my shit can be fixed. But I'm like, still, I don't want a bitch with a big ass to blow out my dress.
yeah. I mean, y'all do some crazy stuff. Like I'm gonna get Laganja on because I got to talk to her about these 2-story free falls.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I used to dance like a lot. Then the pandemic happened. The pandemic ruined a lot of shit for me. Like I sat
For
on
a
my
lot
ass
of
for a
people.
long time. Like I stopped like dancing and stuff like that. And then once the world opened again, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do it again. I was like, oh, you sat on your ass for 2 years and you aged a couple years since then. We're gonna try. Like right now, like I'm a little sore because I haven't danced this much in a very long
Do you
time.
do any sort of like warm ups or exercise anything to like
I tried
prepare for a show?
I tried to, but then I think I do a lot of shots with the entertainers and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out there and feel like I'm 19 again. I'm gonna do all this stuff for a couple dollars, and then here's me taking my Advil in the morning.
Yeah, paying for
got my
it.
heating pad on and
Yep.
my icy hot.
You gotta start stretching. Gotta get that yoga in.
I need to do something. I need to do something a little more because what I'm doing now just doesn't seem like it's enough.
Okay, so you had this amazing ride, like everything you find out on your birthday. You got Nicki Minaj as a judge. You got AOC as a judge. You had Winnie Harlow as a judge.
I know, and I didn't really get the chance to like see her a lot because also, walking on stage, you got all the lights, you got all the things, and you can never really see who it is until it's like there. And I think Winnie Harlow, I don't think she was my judge. I feel like it was a long time ago.
I got to cook for her. I was her BF's private chef.
That's
for a
what it
little
was.
while.
She didn't come back to the dressing room
No.
to meet us.
Oh.
I think she had to like dip out.
She's
quickly.
always got something going
And I
on.
was like, that's what it is. I was like, I don't really remember having like a moment with her because she didn't get a chance to come back to see us.
Yeah.
Because
She's cool. That's a bummer. She's a really cool person. She's wild. She's fun. But anyway, so you had this amazing experience, and then you get voted off. What did you do the next day? The day after?
Well, since I was voted off at a crucial part of the week, I had to stay on set for the weekend instead of going home.
Were
And
you
I was
so
like,
pissed?
are you fucking kidding me? Send me home. You already kicked me off the show.
Yeah.
Now you want me to stay here because you want to do all these extra interviews and stuff with me. Because I did have really good confessionals, so they wanted more of me from confessionals. Like, I'm ready to go. You sent me home. I am done being here. I'm ready to go home. But yeah, the first thing I did when I went home, I literally called my best friend and I was like, so the one thing that we talked about before I left, it happened. So the one thing we talked about was, I hope I'm not the one that sends Jansport home because they love her in New York, and somehow or another we figured out that Jan would be on this season with me.
And so why would that be bad if you send her home?
Because all of New York loves her, and I was like, I don't want New York to hate me for sending her home. And I was like, and
a whole city, a whole state's gonna hate you.
And my best friend loves Jan, and he was like, you cannot be the one to send her home.
You
and
manifested
literally I was like,
it. You manifested
I was like,
it.
you put this into the world, and I'm the one who sent her home. And then literally, that's the first thing I said when I got back. I was like, so I sent Jansport home. And he was just so upset. I was like, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Okay, but then when you got home, then what did you do? Were you just like, I'm taking a bath. I'm not doing anything. I'm locking the door.
Well, I didn't know what to do because I was like, because we couldn't post or anything, and I wasn't sure if I could like go out yet. So I just waited until whoever was in the top 4 to start posting.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, good. So then everybody would think that I also made the top 4 if I start posting now. I was
Right.
like, here we go. And the first thing I did, I went to the show that I used to host, which was Drag Survivor. It's like Drag Race, but it's with local people.
Okay.
And so the first thing I did was I showed up there and got drunk with all my friends
Awesome.
because I couldn't drink. But I was going to say that I was like, oh no, I was just out for a bit. I just wasn't feeling good, so I decided to stay away. Tell the lie and the ruse that everybody already knows that I had left.
That's also like that's the hard part too. Is you do have to just like go like you have to like live this lie for like months.
Yeah.
How long from when you finished filming to when it aired?
Let's see. It finished in I think like July. It didn't air until February.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time.
Yeah. And
Wow.
luckily I was in LA when they announced that they were dropping the promo for it. I literally was in LA and at like 9 a.m, all my friends like swarmed the place I was staying at with champagne. I was like, it is early in the morning, but I guess we're going to celebrate and drink all day.
Yeah.
And me on live drinking champagne at 9 a.m. Just out of the bottle. No home draining. In the middle of the street.
Amazing. Drag parties are the best. Partying with drag queens.
There's nothing like it. We can
Nothing
handle our
like
liquor.
it. Nothing like it. What else? What else we got going on? Do you get down with some barbecue in Kansas City?
I mean, we are the home of barbecue. I mean,
Ooh.
if you come to
Texas or North Carolina might
no.
Tennessee might have beg to differ.
I don't care. Kansas City, Midwest, Missouri is where it's at. We're like Arby's, bitch. We got the meats.
No. Do you have a favorite? You said chicken, but like, do you have a favorite like barbecue place you go to?
I usually go to Gates in Kansas City.
Okay.
It's black owned and it's real great. I mean, I enjoy it. We have Arthur Bryant's, Jack Sachs, Oklahoma Joe's, Q39. There's several more, but those are the only ones that are close to me in the proximity of where I can go.
I'm sorry. Now I'm getting hungry. I went to Kansas City with my wife. She's from there. And we went to this place called RJ's Barbecue.
I think I've heard of RJ's.
Oh my God. Like I would get on a flight right now and go back. That's how good. It was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And it was the first time I had a dry rub chicken wing. Like I'm a sauce person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want the sauce. And
Yes.
I'm indecisive. I'll buy every sauce because I'm like, I got to try them all. This could be my last wing.
Just load them up. Load them up.
And so I'm like, dry rub. Like, I'm like.
But you enjoyed it.
It was so good. It was so good. I've been chasing that ever since. Speaking of my wife is a double black belt in martial arts, and she informed me that you've done a little martial arts.
I used to do capoeira, the Brazilian dance fighting martial arts. I did it from like 14, maybe like 13 to like 17. And that's where like all of my like flexibility and my tricks come in at. Like I learned everything from doing that.
Wow. So you use that in your.
Oh yeah, I use it when I'm on the stage. Like some of my moves are very fluid with the Angola style, and like I learned my splits doing this.
Splits. I'm just thinking of splits. I don't bend that way.
Hell, I barely bend that way anymore. So I guess I know what you mean.
You all get injured a lot, yeah?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I don't usually get injured very often. It's just,
these lip syncs though, like when you guys are fighting for your life at the end.
I mean, on the show I was fine. The only thing I really messed up was my knee, and that was like when I slid across the stage because I caught one of the little lips on the stage, and I think I don't know where it is. I have the bruise somewhere or the mark somewhere, but that was the only thing that like really got me was I just slid across the stage,
And you hit it, but your adrenaline didn't.
Oh yeah, I couldn't feel shit on the stage.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't feel anything, and it wasn't until like the next day that I felt it, and I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Like even whatever pain I feel now, when I perform tonight, I won't feel anything. I'll just be out there, just living my dream, thoughting and bopping around
At Mickey's. I love Mickey's. Mickey's is a blast.
I remember the first time I performed at Mickey's, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm one of the girls. I'm doing this." And now every time there, I was like, "Oh, it's just a Monday for me now."
Yeah.
I was like, "It's just a cute show with all the girls now." At first, I was like, "Yeah, I just couldn't believe that I was doing it because that was the place that you'd watch online. Like, this is where all the Drag Race girls perform at."
And is the dressing room at Mickey's? Is it very similar vibe to like on the show, like when you're all getting ready? Are you all like chatting and
Yeah, but we're not trying to, ask childhood traumas and stuff like that and make each other cry.
Right.
So, we're just like kicking it and having a good time with each other. And so, yeah, we talk and we party. It's a fun, like I said, the shows are in the dressing room. That's what really needs to be recorded.
it's probably the best time hanging out back there.
Right before we go out the stage. It's
Man.
always so much fun.
Yeah, we go to drag shows quite a bit. I had an ex that we would go to Mickey's every week and support one of her friends. And yeah, it's always a wild time. I recommend it. If y'all haven't gone to a drag show, get out there and go to one.
Party with queens, honey.
It's the best. So you do this drag survivor show. Why do you call it that? Did you start this?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started this. They're on their 7th season now. But I started because when I first was starting doing drag, no one would like book me or hire me and this and that because they weren't used to a plus size entertainer out there wearing, almost nothing and being skimpy and being a hoe on stage. And I was like, well, this is how I want to perform. This is what I think is fun to watch, is someone that's large and in charge going out there doing their thing. And so I created Drag Survivor because we had so many entertainers in our city that was not being booked because they were not your quote unquote standard of what drag should have been back then. And so I built it and gave a voice to all these newer queens of the newer age of drag that, do whatever the fuck they want because, drag is art and you can do whatever the fuck you want with art.
Exactly. Non-linear.
Like no one can tell you what you should or shouldn't do unless, unless you're trying to do a bunch of blood stuff and like ruin the stage or make it hard for them to clean it up. That's the only thing that we care about. But other than that, like I didn't really give a shit what you did in drag as long as you were entertaining.
Yeah.
And so I built a show around it.
Wow.
And it's a competition. It's like a 2 to 3 month competition. You get challenges each and every week. It also gave newer entertainers a chance to like build up their like drag stuff. So like if they were thrown into a show, they would have stuff ready to go. They would have all these costumes, stuff like that. They would learn some things.
Yeah.
I basically wanted to teach them how to fuck up the city in a couple of months versus doing it in so many years like I had to.
Yeah.
And so now a lot of them that were on the show, they're hosting shows, they're doing other parties, doing other events. Some of them have won national titles across the country. Like they have gone off to be, superstars in their own right.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing it. Like, and every now and then I'll go back and I'll guest judge like the current season is happening now.
So you created it and it just runs without you. Like you don't even have to be there.
Well, so my best friend, Beto, he's the one that was like there from like the get-go from the ground up. He's our DJ at Hamburger Mary's.
Okay. Okay.
And so he is like the co-producer of the show.
You do this at Hamburger Mary's in Kansas City?
Yes.
Dope.
And so he's the one who kind of keeps it going. And then one of our past contestants who won one of our All-Star seasons. I think it was like our very first one. It was like the Battle of the Seasons. She won the first one. Her name is Cynthia Dahl. And I asked her if she wanted to guest judge with me during the pandemic, and I wanted to see, or guest host with me, and I wanted to see how she, bantered it off with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've had a few people try to run this show, and they couldn't keep up. I asked her if she could do it, and literally they love her. She's doing the thing. So the show still runs without me.
Amazing.
I mean, I still get like updates and like texts about what's happening. I still get videos and stuff to know what's happening with the show, but I don't have like a big hand in it anymore. So
now you gotta go start another one in another city.
I've been thinking about trying to do Drag Survivor across the country and doing it around because I've been thinking about like I now host a drag showcase in Phoenix where all the show directors get together and they look at the new talent. I was like, Well, maybe we should do it as a little competition. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
that's how it
I
works.
mean,
in Kansas City.
how many Hamburger Marys are there in the country?
There's a lot. I mean,
Right, so-
I've done shows in most of
Right,
the
so
Hamburger Marys.
You have proof of concept. Hit up Hamburger Marys. Be like, I need to do this in every one of your.
I really do want to do it.
And then
It
be
sounds
like,
fun.
give me the contract, get that bag, and then you've got it
What if I do it? Hamburger Marys presents Drag Survivor.
done.
I mean, it's already working at one place.
Right,
I'm already thinking about
proof
it.
of concept.
Even the thing is, in Kansas City, they thought that I was doing another one in Phoenix, and I was like, no, I'm just going down to hosting a showcase. And literally, because I had people was like, we should come down and do your competition down there since we've already done it up here. And I was like, it's not a competition yet.
Yeah, see, there you go. I dig it. I dig it. I want 5%. I'm teasing. You do other though. You won some other titles before, right? You've done like some beauty pageants. Are there drag beauty pageants?
Yeah, I've done drag pageants, yes.
Drag pageants?
I've done Entertainer of the Year. I did US of A, and I've done some state level for Miss Gay America.
Wow.
And I was Miss Gay Kansas City, America, Miss Gay Kansas City, US of A, Missouri Entertainer of the Year. Technically, I'm still the reigning Miss Iowa US of A at large because we haven't had another one, and I've been this rating for the last 4 years. I've won several titles before Drag Race because I was the pageant queen, and I kind of miss pageantry. Like, pageantry is amazing. If anyone that does drag, you should at least try pageantries once. Like I said, one of my friends did.
What is it about it?
It's just, it helps you learn different things that you didn't know before. It gives you more of a perspective of drag instead of just seeing it on TV and thinking that this is all it is. Like, that's why I love the generation I came from in drag, because you had to go out and learn stuff instead of just seeing it on TV and thinking that this is it.
Yeah.
And I think anyone that does drag should at least try a pageant at least once.
Yeah.
They never know. They might really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I had a friend that literally was like, oh, I can never be a pageant queen. I can never do this and do that. And he just won National Monster. I can't remember the whole title, but he just won a national title as the first time doing a pageant. I was like, oh, I thought you said you couldn't be a pageant queen, bitch.
Do you have any in the drag world, is there any unspoken rules or any do's and don'ts that you have to learn on the way up? I feel like the chef world, we have things like that. I don't know. I just popped in my head.
I mean, I guess well, I don't really know. I would say just because it zips doesn't mean it fits. And you don't always need to put a belt on it. But I don't know. I was like, I've been doing it for so long.
Are there straight men that do drag?
There is, actually.
Yeah?
There is. I mean, there's a straight man that was on Drag Race season 14. Maddie Morphosis. I think it's 14. Yeah, 14.
Interesting.
But yeah, when I was coming up, I met a couple straight dudes that were doing drag, and they had full-on girlfriends and wives and children and all that. And I was like, Like I said, it's art. It's anybody. Drag is for everybody. Any and everybody. That's why I love it. Because anybody can do it. Just gotta be good at it.
Gotta be good. Okay. Yeah. Wild.
Why, you want to get up in the gig? You want to put a face on? Go twirl with the girls?
I don't know. I like performing. When I playing drums. I hated that and loved that I played drums because I was doing the most. I'm using all my limbs, but I'm stuck in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to run around the stage, and I hated that. So sadly, you won't ever get to see me play drums because I think my music career is done. But when I do play, I don't sit still. I move my body as much as I possibly can without leaving the drum set. And I'm standing up. I bounce around. I'm sticks are flying in the air. I mean, I put on a show back there, but it's all because I can't sing, and I've always wanted to sing. And then now I'm thinking, well, you just lip sync, and
but there's also singing drag queens too.
Well, there are, but what I'm getting at is I could fulfill my front man.
I mean,
my desire is to be a front man and just lip sync.
I mean, you ready to do some cross dressing? You ready?
I don't think so. I don't know yet.
Come on, we can go to Ulta and get you some makeup right now. We can put on a lash and everything.
Only if we document the whole thing.
Let's do it.
We'll do a day in the life. But then you have to come to the kitchen and throw down with me.
Oh, let's do it. We'll do a whole crossover episode.
I like this. This sounds kind of fun. I was actually talking the other day. I had this idea because like drag brunch is a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's drag brunches. Well, it's always about the queens and the good time and the party. But what if I hosted a drag brunch as a chef and I'm putting out bomb ass food, and then each week I do the podcast live while everyone's eating. So we do the drag before, do the whole show before, and then the food, and then sit and do like a Q&A like with the crowd and a queen. I had that idea.
But you have to be in drag when you do it.
I have to be in drag when I do it.
You have to have a special guest queen that you have to teach something how to cook something.
Okay.
And she has to put you in drag.
Okay.
But you have to teach that bitch while you're in drag.
Oh my God, you're really pushing the envelope here.
Look, you said you wanted a good crossover episode. The only way for all this to work, for you to have a show, eating, and a podcast, you'd have to be in drag for most of it. Hope you're ready not to breathe or pee all day. Trust me, we are the champions of holding our bladders.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Right, because once you're in that outfit, you're like, fuck it.
Once you host a pride,
Yeah?
you host a pride gig, and you're in drag all day in the heat, there's no chance to go pee. And most times you have like your fake nails on, and you don't want to pop them off, and you're wearing multiple layers, your costumes are hard to get in and out of. You just choose not to pee, because if you break the seal, you're kind of fucked for the rest of the day.
Right. My bladder is hurting just thinking of that. That is funny. Okay, well, speaking of food and games and a good
bladders.
time, I play a game with my guests where I bring them into my world and we test your palate.
Oh, Lord. Have you seen some of the people I've dated? My palate's not that great. But here we go.
Well, I can't be a judge of how they tasted. So I do a little, so like in the chef world, we have to constantly, exercise our palate and taste. We're always tasting. So I like to play a little blind taste test.
Oh, shit.
Are you up for it?
I'm here. Let's do it. It wouldn't be the first time I had my eyes closed and something was put in my mouth. Let's do it.
And it's also, I mean, when was the last time you had a chef spoon feed you ingredients?
I didn't know it was going to be that kind of podcast.
It's fun. It'll be a good time. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to pause because I got the food in the fridge, and I'm going to have Shane go grab it, and we'll throw on the blindfold and play a little blind taste test.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
If you get them right, you'll win a cookie.
Oh, I was wondering if you had cookies too. I was like, you talking about
Hell
cookies?
yeah. No, you're going to get a cookie. You're leaving with a cookie, but we're going to make it fun.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Let's start with, we'll do the barbecue last. We'll start with, we're going to start with an easy one.
I love that you actually got barbecue.
Yeah, I did my research. The best that I could. Morgan McMichaels was like, I got somebody for you. I'm like, I'm filming Monday. I've already researched you.
Yeah, she literally told me as soon as I got off the plane. She was like, so I'm going out of town. And
I need you to go do this.
And she's like, I'm going to tell you his number. You should text him right now. And I was like, okay.
You're like, all right.
I was like, I usually don't text people I don't know.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm like 1 degree of separation away from everybody in this town, oddly. Okay, enough chit chat with the blindfold on. You're like,
I know, I'm just.
It's not in my mouth yet. All right.
I like this game too.
I have a problem with taking jokes way too far. All right, so here's how it's gonna go. I'll tell you to open up, and I'll give you the bite, and then you tell me what it is.
$1.
All right. Well, all we're learning is that you just aren't charging enough. All right. Here we
Because
go.
usually we'll save that for another podcast.
All right. Open up.
It's carrots.
You got it. All right. That's an easy one. It takes a second when you can't see it, though, right?
Right. I was like, I know this cold taste. I know what this is. I've had this in my mouth
Do you
before.
have enough water?
You're asking the person with the blindfold on if I have enough water.
I'm Stick your hand out.
All right.
Like in your cup, do you have enough? I haven't drank mine, so I can give you mine.
Oh no, we're good. I'm used to small sips. I usually just do shots and I just carry a beer just to wet my whistle. To cleanse my palate.
What kind of beer do you drink?
Oh, I drink Corona.
All right, next one. Open up.
Strawberries.
Nope.
No, wait, no. Kiwi.
There you go. Usually associated with each other.
I was like, wait a minute, hold up.
All right,
I
now
haven't
I'm
had
gonna
a kiwi in a minute. That was good.
give you a little curveball. Don't worry, it's nothing gross.
It's fine. You just said balls. I like balls. It's cool.
These were ball shaped until I cut them up. All right, open up.
What is that?
You tell me. What do you think it is? How's it taste? Describe these balls.
It has a.
His balls are peppery, huh?
It literally is like my sinuses are clearing up. What is this? What did you just put in my mouth?
Have you ever said that before?
No, because I usually get to see it before it goes in. I have no idea what this is, but this is it's a little kick to it.
Right?
I have no idea.
It's a radish.
Oh, I've never had. I tell you, I don't eat radishes.
You never had a radish?
At least not that I know of.
Not
Like,
even a pickled radish? All right.
after this, I won't be having radishes ever again.
No, he didn't like that?
I did not like that.
All right. Do you need another sip?
Yeah, because that radish caught me off guard.
All right. Last one.
Is this the barbecue?
Oh, no, we're going to do that next. We're going to switch.
Thank you.
All right. All right, open up. Yummy.
This good. I have no idea what it is. It went by so fast.
You want another bite?
It's like just melted in my mouth. I don't know what it is.
You want another bite?
Yeah, I have no idea what it was.
This is a tough one. Especially without seeing it.
I really have no idea.
Describe what you're tasting.
Well, I still taste radish, so I have no idea.
Would you say it's
It's like a fruit,
yeah?
like a cantaloupe.
It is that color, kinda. Come on.
God damn it! Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Give up.
Yeah.
Papaya.
Oh,
That's a tough one.
see, I never would have got that. I never would have got papaya.
All right, we're gonna do the barbecue real quick.
I like this game.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you two different tastes of two different. I'm gonna give you a taste of two different barbecue sauces. After you taste both of them, you have to tell me which one is Kansas City.
All right.
All right.
All right. I've tried a lot of barbecue in Kansas City. Hopefully this is a walk in the park. Also, Kansas City, if you're watching, I fucked this up. Don't shun me.
All right. Here's the first barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Do you want to rinse? Do you want a palate rinse?
Sorry, I'm still letting it whoosh around and make sure. Okay. No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Open up.
The first one was definitely Kansas City. Wait. The first one tastes like Casey Masterpiece. Am I off?
You're off. You can remove the blindfold.
Oh, I sort of got it there, both from Kansas City. That'd be so bad.
The first one was Sweet Baby Ray's.
You know, do you think I would? What was the second one?
Kansas City style original barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I don't know either of those. Let me see that one. Hold up.
I don't know.
I'm gonna send you some sauce.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna send you some sauce because I don't know these ones.
You don't know Sweet Baby Ray's?
I know the chips.
I love this barbecue sauce, and I might get shit for that, but I think it's amazing.
One of them tasted like Casey Masterpiece. It really did.
Yeah, there's a lot of sugar. Well, no, it's not that much sugar in this one. Anyway. Yeah, so.
Yeah, papaya I would not have gotten right whatsoever on any day.
Close enough. You still get a cookie.
Yes.
Open it up. Get the whole experience.
Okay, I live. Yes, enjoy your epic mega cookie. Wait, is it a giant cookie? Is it huge? You know, I like putting things in my mouth if you haven't noticed. Holy shit! Oh my God, this is...
What flavor did I give you? Let me see. Oh, yeah, the s'mores. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Fun, right?
Oh, I'm so gonna put this on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Right before I eat it later.
Take it to the dressing room. Y'all can share it.
Fuck them whores. This is for me. They didn't just get spoon-fed food. They didn't have to try to win a barbecue contest. Fuck all them whores. Y'all ain't getting shit. This cookie is mine. I'm eating this bitch tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I thought this was like a pack of cookies. I didn't know it was one giant cookie.
Yep. Epic
I'm
Mega
so
Cookie
here
Co.
for it.
I do like limited edition flavors. So I always have s'mores, I always have celebration, and then I mix it up and then we ship nationwide. So yeah.
Oh my God.
But enjoy that. My gift to you.
Oh, thank you. I
welcome.
can't wait. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this cookie up.
Yeah. Yeah, some people heat it up, some people throw some ice cream on it. Yeah. So what else you got going on? You are basically on the road. You're doing Mickey's tonight.
Yeah, I have Mickey's tonight, and then I have to go back and pack all my shit up. Then I head to Phoenix for the showcase.
Yep.
And then I go home for a little bit to change suitcases and put different clothes in because I think I'm going on I'm waiting to hear back, but I think I'm going on like a little out of country gig for
Yeah.
a little bit. So we'll see. And
Where are you headed?
I'm going to Montreal.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm coming back and I have more gigs coming up. It's just
Yeah.
on the road, never home. Seeing my dog every so often.
I miss the touring days. I miss it so much. I love it.
Like I said, the pandemic fucked a lot of things up for us, and
Yeah.
sorry, so got a bunch of different tastes in my throat.
Wrecked you.
But the pandemic, like, you know, fucked a lot of things up because that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to just tour. I never wanted to be home. I just wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And all my friends like, you're never here. We only see you on Snapchat and Instagram. I was like,
yeah.
well, this is the life I signed up for.
Yeah,
this
that's
is the life I wanted.
Yeah. I love that life.
Sleeping on a plane.
Yep. Do you stay in hotels a lot, or do you stay at people's houses, or what do you like to do?
Well, they usually get me a hotel.
Yeah.
But depending on where I'm at and depending on how early my flight is, you know, I'm probably still at the bar hanging out, and then I go to the hotel, take my face off, and pack my shit up and get on another flight. Yeah, all of Pride, I think I saw the hotel when I got there.
Yeah.
And I would
then you were
nap.
just out.
I would take a nap and then put my face on and then literally go to the gig.
Yeah.
And then when the gig was over, go back to the hotel, pack it all up, head back to the airport, go to the next city. There was one I was in 4 cities in 3 days.
Love it.
I was like, I'm so exhausted, but I'm here to party again. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I know you have to lug around all these outfits. Be thankful you're not lugging around drums. Shits are heavy.
You've never carried drag queen suitcases before, have you?
Probably very similar to drums.
All of them are 50 pounds, and we usually travel with like 3. So I'm just saying.
Man, Widow, thank you so much for coming and doing this. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
I wish I could come to Mickey's tonight, but
don't worry, I come out here quite a bit. I'll be around.
Yeah, every time you come into town, please let me know.
Yes.
We love coming to shows. So Or if you're in Dallas too, I'm in Dallas and LA. I go back and forth. So
I have not done it many shows in Dallas actually. I really want to.
well, let's
I
change
love
that.
Dallas.
All right,
All right.
let's get you to Mickey's. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to A Bunch of Losers with me, Derrick Fox. Please comment below if you guys have questions for any of these guests. I'm sure they would love to answer, and I'll answer as well. So let me know below. Also, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and then also make sure you're following us on Instagram, A Bunch of Losers with Derrick Fox, so you get the update on the new episodes. We will be launching them weekly. All right, thanks, losers.
Action.